Justin, was sollte mit dem Wind falsch eingestellt sein? Okay. Okay, hey everyone, it's Charles again, and We're about to start the final stint. So everyone is on track, everyone press ready, grid is set up, no one complains, so I think we are very much good to go. Two hours, last stint. Here we go. Okay, I hope you're ready. And enjoy the final stint. Octavian, Comrade, fighting not only for the win of the stint, but they're deciding who is going to win the whole race now. Last 2 hours are on the way. Let's have some fun. Let's go. Octavian leads Comrade. Javi in third position. Hammer in P4. Cavajo, Confi, Plexus, Ben, Georgie, Ike, Hank, ZenQ, and Schroeder complete the field. So we had quite the eventful race, or race stints so far. Stint 3 was phenomenal. Last stint we had some rain. I think with the current weather and the sunrise, it's quite the right scenery for the final here. And let's hope it's going to be a banger. Octavian leads Comrade. And yeah, we know Comrade is an extremely quick driver. In the overall standings, RSC is in second position. The DLL car of Octavian is leading by 27 seconds, so Comrade needs to find a huge gap over Octavian. The next team is the team of Alex Jarvi, but being already lapped, it's very unlikely that they have a word for the overall victory of this race. So Comrade ahead of Octavian, more than 27 seconds, and RSC is golden. If Octavian is ahead of Comrade, or the gap is less than 27 seconds, that Comrade is ahead of Octavian, DLL will win 27 seconds. In the background, Cavajo and Hammers are fighting P4 and 5, and Confi was attacking Ben here. Flipsy, I'm not sure if you're on PC. If so, you could start a prediction who's going to win the 10-hour race. Is it going to be DLL or RSC? I just explained what the conditions are. Or if you want, and you can add a different prediction. Ben passing through, gets past Hammers. Now it's Confi's turn. The Ford has huge top speed, but that was not okay. Confi was pushed at a flat out section on the grass, and that was completely unnecessary. And he's probably fuming a bit at the moment. That's not okay. Now Confi, thank goodness, caught the car. That could have been a really nasty crash, but he lost momentum. Georgie, sorry, immediately behind. Now Confi, Dari need to make up some ground again. Oh, that looks really interesting as well. Kava Joe, Ben, they're so close together right now. So many interesting battles. It looks like Ben is able to defend. We look further behind. Can Confi get the move done? He goes to the inside. It looks really promising. And he accelerates the car in time for turn 1 and 2. Well done by Confi. Plexus in P10 ahead of ZenQ. And with Shodder we have the first driver with an unscheduled pit stop for damage. So Octavian leads by a second. Comrade most likely on a different strategy with 1 stop less. Thank you, Flipsy, for creating that prediction. You can put in your points. Octavian has a 27-second gap to Comrade. Before this race. So Comrade has to be better than Octavian to begin with. Georgie really close to hammers, and also having a great exit. Can the Roadrunner surpass the BMW? Closing in, but is it enough? Not quite. Has to slot in behind. Through turns 1 and 2, no. Plexus looking good, is following those two, and well, it's too early to say that he creates a gap to ZenQ behind, but I think Zen at the moment has to look a bit more behind what Ike is doing rather than what Plexus is doing. In front, nothing new. Comrade 1.1 still behind. A lot of tire sounds. Ben was lagging a bit, looks quite alright now. So let's hope connection issues are no problems in that stint. Hello Adox. This is Suzuka in Japan. You maybe know this track from Formula 1. Really an old school track built in the I think late 60s, and Formula 1 is racing here pretty much without any brakes from the late 80s. Really nice track and unique. One of the very few tracks in the world which is in a figure 8, so it's neither a left-hand or a right-hand circuit, counter or anti-clockwise. And yeah, as Justin wrote, a lovely track. You can't just get enough. I know Justin really wanted to drive another stint, but Plexus insisted to drive, so Haley had to step down. Yeah, S-tier track. No discussion. Georgie under pressure from Plexus. Up Dunlop corner. That was not so great sound, and that was Ben who rejoined a bit dangerously. Plexus is making up one position, he's making up two positions. Ben on the inside. That's push to pass, if you ask me. But with better acceleration, Plexus can win this position back. Now the question is who gets the toll. P8 Ben is losing it, but has the inside line for the spoon corner. Georgie on the outside line twice. Can he hold on? Ben overshooting the corner slightly. Oh, he was almost in the grass there. Lost another position to Zen Q, who read the situation well and used it for its advantage. So Ben probably a bit frustrated now with the situation. GT7, so Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation, yes. This is a 2-hour race, which is part of always one stint out of 5. So all together combined, it's a 10-hour endurance race. You see 13 of the 14 teams as Plexus spun. Where is he? P11. Plexus make the heli. I don't see any damage so far, so I can't agree with the statement. So there are quite some time left, but you can participate in a prediction who is going to win the 10-hour race. It's most likely Poctavian or Comrade. Poctavian has to not win the race, but just finish within less than 27 seconds of Comrade. At the moment it doesn't look too bad, but Comrade is going to be on a different strategy. He's going to make one stop less than Poctavian, so that's quite a challenging task. So it's not clear. I think I predict, just for the salt of it now, for RSC, because I can't lose this way. Either I get more points, or I'm wrong, I lose the points, but DLL wins, so that's fine for me as a DLL member. So either way, I'm going to win. Javi holding contact with Comrade, and then it's quite the gap to Confi. Confi maybe even on a 2-stopper. We'll go very long in the stint. And then the rest of the field a bit spread out at the moment. Ben P9, Ike in 10th position. Hank, one that could go for a 2-stopper as well. Yeah, Plexus and Trotter, the Donkars, are already quite far behind at this part. Octavian pushing hard, extending the gap slightly, but using a lot of tires doing that. Comrade doing a good pace while managing the tires, so I see the advantage on his side. And as Ku wrote in chat, rain is a possibility. That would create huge chaos. Prediction is ongoing for 5 more minutes. I don't think Kavajo is currently in position to attack Confi with increasing tire wear. The advantage is more and more on Confi's side. Then the battle for P6 seems to be quite interesting. Hammer and Georgie are close to each other. Then Q trailing behind by 2 seconds. Another prediction in this case for DLL. Come on, please vote for DLL so my payout gets increased, if I should be correct. Goodbye 26,000 channel points. Nushil, you did vote for DLL. You don't believe in Comrade. How could you? I thought little of you, but now I think even less of you. Obviously kidding. Georgie appears to be a bit quicker. Also, then Q is slightly quicker. Hammer's struggling the most at this point, defending the inside line. It's a short braking zone, so going around the outside or trying to do a different line for a better exit out of turn 2 doesn't usually work. So the inside line is quite effective here. Two roadrunners. Well, what am I talking about? Ika is not a roadrunner. There, Hank and one roadrunner. Bit spread out. Front runner. Comrade closed the gap to below a second. Getting spicy. Octavian, the tires are halfway through. I wonder if he decides to switch to a different strategy. Instead of pitting every 12 lap, he goes for a 15 lap stint, so he's either on the same strategy or just has one instead of 2 stops more than RRC. Our tire wear should be slightly better in these conditions. We had stint 2 and 3 under afternoon conditions, so that means the track is the hottest, which means the tires have to withstand the most heat, and the tire wear is the highest in the afternoon. Now it should be a bit more easier. So the good news for RSC is it's getting easier to reach the designated number of laps. So they can technically push a bit more, which favors their strategy even more. Last minute of the prediction, so get your points in. Gambling is fun. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Javi also quick, but not quite the same pace as Octavian and Comrade, the RX driver. Gr.3 is doing a fine job, I think. Doing really consistent lap times. His goal is to do, I think, 20 laps, or close to that number. It's going really long, so obviously different tire management is needed. Georgie still holds on to that 6th position, even though the drivers behind appear to be a little bit quicker. And the prediction is now closed. So in the next 1 hour and 40 minutes we wait and see what's going to happen. Comrade, I think it's safe to say, closed the gap. Is trailing behind Octavian real good. There is no gap. Yeah, that's true as well. That's one way to put it. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that he would like to go for a move on track and doesn't want to wait for a safer option for the pit stops. But is there a gap? Oh, that's the real question. That's a real question. That's a good question, yes. Everyone is asking if there's a gap, but no one asking how's the gap. Well, now it gets really hot. Conrad had a look on the inside. Octavian probably did not like that. Did misstep what? Thanks for stepping in. Yeah. The usual. The usual. This whole thing is held together by a lot of glue, love and hope, and 3 guys that do way too much here. We have Javi in the pit lane. Yeah, Bendix. Yeah, I read that. And no hard feelings to Ben. Javi in the pit lane. Short stop. And he rejoins in 8th position and has a bit of a gap to the Hammers, and then Zhang Q, who got past him. I want to stay here. This is usually the lap where Octavian would come into the pit lane. Looking at the tire life, going a bit further onto lap 15 seems really difficult to me, so I guess he's going to pit now. And that's the question, where is he going? To come out, how's the traffic there? Comrade will have clean air and will make the best out of that. And I'm afraid for Octavian there will be quite some traffic. But first he has to survive the attack from Comrade. He has to cover the inside line. He does that. Comrade tries to turn in, but that could never have worked. And Comrade overtook on. Oh, did you? I'm not too happy about this maneuver. He went off track, maintained an advantage there, and because of the speed he took there, he was able to stay in first position. Oh, that was not okay as well. In my opinion, that was a second move and this is blocking. That's not okay. Sorry, comrade, I'm absolutely not okay with the driving of the last half minute. And I'm sorry because I'm ranting again, but I have no trust in the stewards that this is penalized correctly. I said from personal experience from the last race in Interlagos that, in my opinion, the rulebook doesn't punish and it is beneficial to do something which isn't allowed to get a very small penalty, but to get a lasting advantage. Yeah, gotta be bold, but you gotta be within the rules. And that was he was off the track, maintained the advantage, and sorry, that was a blocking move. And then he gets 5 seconds for each move. Sorry. That is not fair. Gotta look now what I'm saying because I think I'm thinking things I shouldn't say. It's absolutely fine that Comrade overtakes and is doing the thing and attacking or defending hard, but you have to play along the rules. And it is my feeling for quite a long time that if you don't play by the rules, you get a slap on the wrist and be fine with it. And I told you before, during Stint 1, that I think I really have to adjust my driving for the last race in Daytona. Yeah, Steve, what's the point if you can overtake off track and get 5 seconds for that, but the payoff is so much larger than that? Where's Octavian? I missed him. There, P9, 3 seconds behind Javi, so he lost the position for the moment to Javi. I'm really interested in how this is being investigated. I'm interested in who is going to investigate this. I'm interested in who is going to say what, who's defending that, and what the end result is going to be. Javi in 7th position, looking for Hammer's P6. Has his teammate Zhang Q ahead of Hammer, so oh yeah, I just read that. Yeah, never-ending game. You're welcome to explain this one. How that was screwing up his race. Because I genuinely think that Octavian was driving fair and at its best level. Please explain that to me. Yeah, Steve, don't bother. That's not going to happen. if he would have done that immediately, that would have been a different story, but now strategy is involved and everything, and that's not going to happen at this point anymore. Bottom line is for me, if you want to play by the rules or not, and if the rules being enforced properly, it's actually a better way to take some penalties and gain an advantage through penalties, still with penalties. Never ending game, completely incorrect. You definitely don't gain any time whatsoever. He's driving a wider radius. He's yes, he has more track to cover, but he can maintain the speed he has. He can completely stay on the throttle and accelerate even further instead of braking. That's an advantage gained. He gets dirty tires on it. Okay. If that's the Nuschel, that's a complete and utter joke right now. He maintains an advantage, and all he has to do is brake in a straight line and cover then the inside line. That's a complete and utter joke. And then, because of that disadvantage with a poor exit, he was under attack on the straight line, and he defended once, which is fine, and then moved again, which is a second move in blocking. Keep telling yourself that was fine. Yeah, why are you defending it like it all the time? Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, I agree. Dirty tires are a disadvantage. But how much of a disadvantage is there if the end result is that you take a position that you couldn't have taken otherwise? So 1 point disadvantage, 100 points advantage. It seems reasonable. Confi with half-second tap penalty, a bit too greedy. With the curbs probably. Still doing consistent lap times. And looking good with the tire wear as well. Doing a good job for the 20 laps. 5 seconds behind is Javi, who's lapping 1.5 seconds, I'd say, quicker on average. So Javi will close in on Confi before his pit stop. Zenq got leg punted. Where is he? I'm blind, I'm sorry. Oh, there, P4. Yeah, last 2 laps were a bit slower. Difficult to judge what happened here. Was it Octavian or missed that, unfortunately? Zen is doing a decent job to keep the tires alive. Lap times, like Confi's, look reasonable. Probably struggles a bit more with traffic, as Confi has a bit more of free space around him for the moment. And Comrade is joining in on that traffic soon. Has to clean hammers and then Q. Gap to Octavian is about 4 seconds, obviously because Octavian goes for more pit stops. He has to refuel less, he can take advantage more of the tires. So this advantage will be lost through the additional pit stop. So it's only natural that Octavian has a big advantage at the moment. Steve says that the sky looks cloudy. Yeah, rain is a possibility. So if we look there, yeah, there are some clouds looking good at the moment, so I don't think there is a threat of imminent rain for the next couple of laps. But with 1 hour 25 to go, it's quite a distance to cover. So Hank continuing with the tires he started on as well, so kudos to him as well for continuing this long. Plexus in the meantime with a time penalty of half a second. That makes Ike probably happy, because if he can continue to stay this close, this will be a free position for him, and Schroeder, after his very early unscheduled pit stop, yeah, still a bit out of sync to everyone, and now finally Jarvi has closed the gap. I don't think that Confi can hold on to that position. Sooner or later Jarvi should get past. Lap 17 was a 58.6, so that's 2.5 seconds quicker. And Confi, and surely Jarvi finds a way past, and he does that on the outside. He starts the maneuver and having the inside for the next corner. Great driving from both, from Jarvi for making this bold maneuver, and from Confi for staying in control of the car and be wary about the other car and where he put his where he has to put his car. So Octavian is next. And in the background, more action is going on. It was Comrade who overtook Zen Q. So Comrade has now dealt with the traffic. Now Octavian. Yeah, I just saw one glimpse of it, but it didn't look unfair. He really tried a late braking maneuver, but he never put the other car really in danger. I think that was okay. Aggressive, but okay. And Octavian with a similar move we saw earlier, but both drivers keep it on track limits this time, and Confi has to yield the position. I thought he was able to stick it around the outside so he would have the inside line, but his tires probably didn't allow for it. Very important for Octavian to have some margin now, because Confi's Ford is rapid in a straight line. So good job from Confi, making it difficult, but I think it was all fair. Comrade P4 is gaining one position. Confi will pit at the end of this lap. and we have Zen in the pit lane. He's going to lose quite some positions, but he will have one stop less than some drivers, and even 2 stop less like drivers Octavian, for example. Yeah, very long stop. Everything that goes into that BR set goes in a BR set 100 liters, and now he's in 10th position. So Javi leads, but he was in the pit lane quite early. So that means he will visit the pit lane as well. I'm not sure about his strategy, if it involves 1 or 2 longer stints in between. Rapid on the straights, but garbage in corners. Yeah, that sums it up quite nicely. It was it in stint 5 or no? In stint 4 I commentated, I think. Who was it? Miguel Icke, the battle. Both were fighting for a very long time, and the NSX had the opposite strengths, being not so good in a straight line, but good in corners. So it was an interesting battle. Comrade gets waved through in P3 because Confi is now pitting. Yep, tires well managed. And that's going to be a very long stop for him as well. Hank found his way into pit lane as well. Then Q should definitely come out behind. Confi is now accelerating in 8th position. And is about 10 seconds, a bit less, ahead of ZenQ. Plexus, yeah, that's a deja vu. With another half second time penalty, and he lost control of the car there. Icke in 11th now. Hank finally rejoins the track. Yeah, Confi wrote, I don't know in which stint it was, a message that he really found a sweet spot for him with his driving style in the car. And yeah, the Ford is really unique. So I think if you don't find that sweet spot, it is really hard to extract the same performance. Javi fuel is low, so he's going to pit at the end of this lap or next lap. Octavian would like him to pit this lap, I think, so he wouldn't have to deal with him on track. Comrade showing good pace in the fastest lap of the race with a 58.4. Closing in the gap, it's now just a bit over 4 seconds. Hammers going to the pits at the end of this lap as well. Ben, and I think the field's a bit spread out at the moment. Icke is the closest driver to set an overtaking attempt, 1.5 seconds behind Plexus. The rest is quite spread out, so I think we can stay with the lead for now. We're not missing any action.
looking at a few, I think Javi's in this lap. Then we have probably 38 to go. Nope, he can continue for one more lap. And even pulling away from Octavian. Not much, but a bit. But Hammers is in the pit lane. Hey, Carousel. Very long stint planned for Hammers. 90 liters into the car, and he rejoins just ahead of Plexus. Plexus closing in, but the BMW covers the right portion of the track, so Plexus has to stay behind for now. Tires not up to temperature, so maybe Plexus can find a way into 9th position. Doesn't look like Plexus can find a way past. Standing is Octavian leads at the moment, but is doing one stop more than Comrade, so he has to build up a gap every lap in theory to accommodate for that additional pit stop. And Comrade, or the RRC McLaren team, is in 2nd overall position, 27 seconds behind DLL Nissan, so they have to most likely win or be in front of Octavian by 27 seconds or more. Right now the gap is around 3 seconds, so in total 30 seconds is DLL in front and RC behind, but that's not the full picture. As I tried to explain, strategy and the number of pit stops will change that. Ben was in the pit lane. Oh, Plexus found a way past him. Unfortunately, we moved away from that, but that is going to change in this very second as Plexus runs too quickly into turn 1 and is losing 2 positions here back into 10th position, and Ike is happy he has someone to fight again. Or maybe things are not this one again. Ike, one has to say, not the quickest driver, but really reliable. Is doing his laps consistently, and yeah, that's what it's about at the end. Octavian is going to pit at the end of lap 25. So I think so he extended by 1 lap. Yep. Consistency is key. In Germany say 1 Euro ins Phrasenschwein jetzt bitte. Yeah, that was a good good thing to see. On a 1 lap pace, you weren't the quickest, Noshel, but you were able to repeat the laps over and over again in combination with doing a strategy that involves less pit stops. So that worked out quite well, I'd say. Ja, in Germany we say, gutes Fahren setzt sich durch. 6 nachsetzen, Lump. So we're going to experience change of lead soon as Octavian is going to pit. And then the question is, how is traffic? Where is Jarvi? As Jarvi was in front. Oh, small mistake by Comrade there. A bit too late on the brakes. Lost a bit of time, nothing too serious. They are 1.5 seconds behind this personal best. Sommer, look for yourself where the Don Porsche is. There was a really early unscheduled pit stop, I think lap 2 or 3, and yeah, since then there's a huge gap he has to fight back from. Caravaggio in P3, that is going to become P2. Where is Octavian now accelerating? Well, this is going to be really important. He is in P3 and ahead of Georgie, and very importantly for him, ahead of Jarvi. So Jarvi with the undercut wasn't able to make the best out of the fresh tires because of traffic and lost the position to Octavian. That will make Jarvi probably a bit salty. Didn't find a way past that Roadrunner. Having a look into Gr.3, but you cannot really overtake there. That is smarter, waiting a bit, and with a really early maneuver, he made the overtake. And is now in 4th position, Octavian in P3, and has to overtake Caravaggio on track. If you look at fuel and tires, Joe is going a bit further, probably going to stop at the end of lap 30. So Octavian has to find a way past the Lexus. Lexus car that is quite good on good in corners, but not so good in a straight line. So Octavian would like to make a quick progress and hold the gap to Jarvi, whilst Comrade probably would like Caravaggio to defend for his life. Onto the start finish straight. Octavian is not close enough this round. Making up a lot of ground under braking. Caravaggio nursing the tires into the corner, while Octavian a lot more aggressive. Can he find a way past through the corners? Unlikely. I think he has to wait for the hairpin corner, or before or after Spoon. Oh, this is a risky maneuver before Gr.3. Yeah, he does decide better of it. It's losing a bit of time, but if that move doesn't work out, the whole race is ruined.
And now Caravaggio's driving to the inside line. Was there a mistake? Didn't look to me really like he let him go, but he lost a lot of ground. And I think he wasn't aware of Javi there. Yeah, he's blinking. I think he doesn't want to get involved with the battle for the podium, as he is not really in this fight, as his strategy was a later pit stop, and that's the only reason why he is fighting with these guys at the moment. But now Javi would like to get by. And that will work. He has the inside line, is now ahead, and Joe is not fighting that at the end of the straight. Gap to Octavian is 2 seconds. So I think Octavian lost a bit of time, but Javi lost even more time dealing with traffic. And Octavian right now it stands 31 seconds behind Comrade, so RC is virtually 4 seconds ahead of DL at this point in the race. Comrade is enjoying a free track ahead of no one around him, so he can make the best of the situation, use the tires to the fullest. Schroeder gets shown blue flag as Octavian is approaching. And we jump a bit to 12th position. Hank, let's see where battle is happening. The field is surprisingly quite stretched out, so this is the closest battle we have. Georgie, the car behind, is lapped. Confi is in ranking behind that, but 7 seconds behind. Through Spoon Corner. Now the cars will triangle. The acceleration, the exit is important to get all the power onto the track. But both drivers do an equally good job at it, and it seems like that the straight is too short to make an overtaking attempt. Both drivers will be pitting this or next lap. Javi in the meantime, not quicker or slower, the gap is pretty much the same. Octavian is making up ground, 29 seconds currently behind Comrade, which is only expected, as Octavian has fresh rubber, great performance. Comrade side, well, pretty much won, not so good performance. So we're going to see. Oh no, Comrade, hold it! Oh, he holds it. Oh. Yeah, he felt the tires and went a bit too quick there, and the curb, the initial curb, has decent grip, but the AstroTurf behind it has zero grip and can really lose easily control. Luckily, he holds it together. Phew. Lost a bit of time there. That's not too important. Important is that the car is pointing in the right direction and is in one piece. Javi lost a bit of time as well in this lap.
now we look Caravaggio and Georgie. Nice that those two are this close together for a long time. Both are going to pit, and yeah, they're pretty much dead on equal.
With fuel, Caravaggio 4 liters and Georgie only 2 liters more. And if they go for the same strategy, they will fuel the same amount. I wonder. I would, as Georgie, as the driver behind, I'd say, okay, come on, let's refuel the car 2 laps more. So that my next pit stop is shorter, and I can overtake my opponent like this, because he's so close behind him, but doesn't find a way past him. And right now, yeah, they do the exactly same thing. Just managed to stay ahead of Ike. But yeah, both drivers are racing for Roadrunner racing, so I think the ultimate goal of the team is to achieve the best result, and maybe they would strategize a bit differently if the other car wouldn't be of the same team. Anyway, lap 30 and Comrade's in the pit lane. 25 seconds was the gap, so virtually DLL is back in the lead by 2 seconds. And now, with exactly pretty much half time, Comrade is giving back the lead to Octavian. But Octavian is going to stop soon, and Comrade is going back in the lead. And I think it's going to be an exciting race. And it's really difficult to read how this is going to be developing. Now he's good to go. He's in 3rd position. Confi is behind. That is better for the strategy of both RRC cars. Obviously, Confi wouldn't hinder his teammate, Comrade. He was fighting for the overall victory of the race. So that would slow them both down. So ideally, outcome for both RC drivers here. Comrade 13, almost 14 seconds behind at this point. So DLL about 40 seconds in the lead, but yeah, that's only a theoretical number. We see that Octavian has quite some fuel left. Javi is earlier in the pit lane, so maybe Octavian has to cover an undercut attempt. Let's see about that. Comrade, the mission has to close the gap now. He has a bit more fuel, but better tires. Yeah, obviously the gap opens up in the first lap with the tires being a bit too cold, not in the right temperature window. But that should be now done after 1 lap. Confi doing a good job. 4th position, only 16 seconds behind the leader. Oh no, Confi with another half-second time penalty. Isn't too important for a fight with a direct competitor. Has a bit of room, Confi, and then is 5 seconds behind. 10. Then we have then Q, Hammer, Georgie, who managed to get ahead finally of Caravaggio. Hank, Lexus. And I'm keeping the camera on the leader, getting myself something to drink, and I'll be back in 1 or 2 minutes. So, back again, eh? So, how did the race develop? Javi is 5 seconds behind Comrade. 16. Last lap was a 2-minute flat, so a bit of a slow time for Comrade. Maybe a small mistake. Can happen, nothing too serious. Let's move on. Confi has Schroeder behind. Schroeder been trailing him for quite some while. Let's move to Schroeder for a moment to see the lap times. And Schroeder is about a second quicker. It is allowed to unlap yourself, so despite being a lap down, Schroeder is eligible to attack Confi, to drive in front of him, and if he can drive away, he can do that. If he's not quicker, if Confi is closing in again, he has to follow blue flags and give the position back once more. But he has the right to unlap himself, and Confi obviously very involved with all organizational matters in the AIS, and such the rule set is also aware of this, so he will know how to handle that best. Two or three more laps from Javi, then he's going to be in the pit lane as well. Yeah, that's more like it. Comrade now with a 59.2, over a second quicker than his last lap. (16 seconds at the moment. But one more pit stop to do for Octavian in comparison to Comrade. Octavian with 2, Comrade with only 1 more pit stop, and pit stop cost about 40 seconds, so you can do the math. Oh, Schroeder very wide there at the exit of Gr.2, almost in the barrier, but kept it out of that. That was a moment. Gives Confi definitely a moment to breathe. And let's look through the field. What's happening? The answer is not that much at the moment. Field is sorted. Cavajo is close to Georgie, but apparently not as quick at the moment as Georgie, so he has to stay behind. But he's doing, if you look at the lap times, 2-minute flat was the last lap time. For that there was the overtake involved. I think they're doing good lap times, both drivers being consistent and close to their skill limit. So a good performance overall from those two road runners. And here we have Schroeder. There's a bit to go until he reaches his pit stop window. Octavian doing great lap times, below 59s. Javi can't hold up with that, is doing high 59s. But will pit soon. I think Octavian is going to stay out for 2 more laps. I don't think that it's going to be an opportunity for Javi to close 6, almost 7 seconds to Octavian with an earlier pit stop. And then we have Comrade, who for the very first time isn't as quick as I anticipated. I thought he could go a bit quicker. is doing the same lap times as Octavian right now. Obviously he's a bit heavier, but he has better tires. But yes, as we said, Octavian is really quick at the moment, and there was one mistake in lap 32. And low 59s is something you really cannot complain about. All while taking care of the tires, obviously. Maybe the incoming night and the dropping of the temperature is helping Octavian to keep his tires longer in the window, where he delivers better performance. This last lap was a 5:59.5, so just very slightly a higher lap time. Comrade moves up into second position as Javi is now in the back left. So is Ben as well in fifth position for the moment. Confi moves up into the podium position for now. And here we have Javi 41 seconds behind Octavian. Free air 18 seconds until he reaches Confi. Confi has 4 more laps to go until his stop, and that will his final stop, and he's only 7 seconds behind Comrade. Yeah, very impressive by Confi. Last lap for the first time quicker than Octavian by 2/3. Javi ZenQ is going until lap 40 before pitting. In P6, Hammers, who is just ahead, but on worse tires than Georgie. And Cover Joe. Georgie and Cover Joe really inseparable for this stint. Cars really close to each other. Hopefully something comes out of that soon. Let's go for now. Ben, who was already pit, has stopped again, has fallen back to P9. Hank, different two-stopper in 10th position. We have Plexus in P11. Ike in 12th position. Schroeder in P13 has some car behind him. I think it was P7 and so on. Yep. P6, 7 and 8. Octavian in the pit lane, so Comrade back in the lead again. After this pit stop, Comrade has one more pit stop to do, and so does Octavian. Octavian will fall into P3, so Confi will take that position from him as well. momentarily because Conti is going to pit at the end of lap 40. But now Georgie, maybe with the chance to take a position, just going ahead. No, Confi is not going to take a P2. I was sure he would, but Octavian comes out before him. And again, very important for him, so he doesn't have to deal with Confi, who is driving with damage. Oh no! Last lap Confi did a 2:13. We didn't saw what happened, but that's the reason why Confi stayed in P3 and didn't move up into P2. Somewhere Confi managed to pick up damage and lost more than 10 seconds. Where could that be? One pick would be here, because that's one of the parts where the barriers are really close. They're really unfortunate. Luckily for Confi, his pit window isn't too far away, but he's losing quite some time. Enables also Javi to get back to him really soon. Never ending game rides maybe 130 hour. Maybe really high speed corner. Then on the other hand, if something happens in this part of the track, I reckon more would be damaged. Yeah, definitely really unfortunate for Confi. He lost more than 10 seconds and is probably losing 2-3 seconds a lap now. Okay, yeah, so it's plausible. Either way, it's unfortunate. Let's see what the lap time is this time. Oh, that's not too bad. That's a really strong lap time given the damage. And Octavian, 19 seconds behind Comrade. And that means DLL is in front of RSC by 8 seconds now. Both cars have to stop one more time. And this is going to change a lot of things, as Octavian lost the car through the last part of the S's into Dunlop. And there we see that the timer jumps up 24 seconds. Keep in mind the tires are dirty. And now DLL is only 3 seconds in front of RSC. Yeah, really difficult to judge how this is going to end. .25, 2 seconds advantage for DLL. Both with one more stop to go. 21 laps to go. And Confi under pressure from Javi. Can he overtake? Here the Ford with extremely high top speed, and even with the front damage he can defend that position. But now Javi tries to go for a move, is not successful, and he has to be wary that Confi is slowing down for the tight corner. Yeah, no contact made. So Confi's last pit stop. It's going to be slightly longer with the repairing. Almost 100 liters into the car.
4 is enough. Reparations, and off we go again. Now on P8, a bit further behind than you would like. And then Q went to the pit lane as well. Is in 10th position at the moment. Comrade 25 ahead. Is going to pit in 5 laps at the end of lap 45. And right now tires are getting closer to each other, so it's really a question of pace. Octavian with less refueling, with better tires has the advantage. But Comrade on the other hand only has to find around 3 seconds. Let's go through the field. We have Schroeder for his probably penultimate stop. I don't think that he's going to the end. That needs very long stint. Everything the car takes on fuel and really strong tire wear, and he goes for a shorter stint. And probably is the pit lane again, round about lap 50. Icke, second last place, now promoted to P11 as Hank is finally pit lane at the end of lap 41. He really extended that one, 21 laps. Now off he goes. There goes Comrades. That worked out perfect for RRC. Icke, Plexus, P10, 4 seconds behind Javi, but yeah, Plexus with one more pit stop to go. And then Q is going to be at the end. So is Confi in 8th position. And then everyone from here on has to go for one more pit stop. Ben, maybe lap 48 with a problem there, wasn't really in the shot, but he missed the second part of the chicane. Let's see if he gets a time penalty for that. I think it should be fine, as he definitely was slower, and the game thinks so too apparently. Hammers into the pit lane for final time. And he's going for probably 59 laps in total, so 17 for him. Confi and Ericsson Q gain 1 position. So is also Plexus, who's now in P9, so Hammers in P10. Cover Joe and Georgie close together. I think the gap wasn't never this big, with around about 5 seconds. They're going to stop very soon as well. Then we have Javi, who's on the same strategy now as Octavian. 1 stop to go. And who's closing in? Maybe it's still affected by the mistake of Octavian, where he lost 4 seconds. But Javi is looking really strong. Last lap was almost a 58. This is a 58. Octavian's lap times are strong too. 58 highs and 59 lows the last 3 laps. And Comrade lap times are a bit slower given the age of the tires. That's only natural, but very impressive lap times nonetheless. He lost a bit of time. It's now 24 seconds advantage for him. One thing is sure, Octavian cannot afford to do another mistake like he did in lap 39. Georgie will pit, so will Caravaggio, and Ben can stay out a bit longer, but has to pit at, I reckon, 48, so it's curious to see where Ben is going to finish, currently in P6, but I think Georgie, who's currently in P4, is reachable as well. Obviously, they will lose position to Confi and then Q. But maybe we'll catch them again at the end of the race when tires are really worn on Confi and Zen's car. Oh, got a bit wide there. Stayed on the throttle. Didn't lost any time there. Moving on, and Caravaggio can extend. So can Georgie. One more lap for him. Javi 4.5 seconds, and Octavian with a new personal best, 2.5 tenths behind the overall fastest lap time of Comrade, which is really impressive that Comrade has the fastest lap overall, despite doing longer stints, having more initial fuel, and having to look more after the tires. Gap is around 23 seconds, so DLL is in front right now by 4 seconds. 10 hours of driving, and right now 4 seconds is the difference between the two cars. Javi is the second one of those 3 to pit. Octavian is the last one of those 3 who's going to pit. And this gentleman is going to pit at the end of this lap, lap 45. And then it's 15 laps for him to go. The tires are in excellent shape, to be honest. Georgie in the pit lane, who's following him, Caravaggio. So Ben with the opportunity now, with some good lap times, to get past not one but 2 cars from Roadrunner Racing. And Confi and Zen are pleased to see to get two positions in the pit lane and moving up the order again. Where is Zen Q? He's now on the start-finish straight. Confi is already on the first bend, so already passed. Here we have Georgie. Not really far off Zen. That's 5 seconds. Time is going up in this lap because of tires not being in correct temperature. So yeah, 3-4 seconds. Carver Joe. Plexus is in the pit lane, so is Ike. Everyone is going for their final stop. And most importantly, the leader is coming in. 22.2 seconds advantage for Comrade at this point. So he needs to find round about 5 seconds. Difficult task, but it is possible for him. Octavian takes over the lead, Javi follows in 2nd position, and Ben will stay in 4th position. Comrade will not lose any further positions. Now it is in Comrade's hands, no more stops, roughly half an hour of racing. Is it going to be P1 or P2? The disadvantage is right now about 16 seconds. So DLL in theory 43 ahead, but obviously Comrade not going to pit. Octavian is going to pit in 3 laps. Javi is going to pit at the end of this lap or next lap. Yep, hammer time right now. Every second counts. I think it is not a question who's going to win the stint. Comrade is the very strong favorite for that one, but the overall win, the 27-second advantage. The question is that enough, or is Comrade going to win that over? With Octavian, there are 2 cars not in too far distance, and again I really do hope that left cars play along and are not a factor in this race anymore. Second position for Javi. It's not going to stay that long, it's going to be P3 for him, but either way, a strong performance for him. Ben is going to be in the pit lane soon, and I'm curious to see where's Confi? Confi is in 7th position, while then Q is in P5. And Confi's lap time is horrible. That's a 2:12. Something happened to Confi, we didn't see exactly what, but then Q got by. Georgie was overtaken by Confi, and Confi lost 10 seconds. He didn't have any damage. Maybe a driving error, like getting onto the grass, AstroTurf for Spoon. But what I wish we would have seen that. Confi, unfortunately, now on the back foot. And ZenQ has overtaken him. Those two were in different order, and maybe Georgie got through there. Yeah, Georgie was behind before that. So Georgie made up one position. Really unfortunate for Confi. What a shame. Now, Jarvi in the pit lane for his final stop. Comrade takes over second position. Almost 24 minutes. That's pretty much exactly 12 laps. 60 liters for Jarvi. Ben is now in the pit lane as well, and he could come out around cover Joe Confi and Georgie, so this is going to be crucial. He can make up some position or come out behind them. Come on, where is he going to end up? A lot of cars goes by and it feels like he is not gaining enough for the laps he had. There is Hammers in 9th position, but he rejoins behind Caravaggio. So finale here and finale at the front. Octavian is going to come in for his final stop, and then we will know what the gap is. We will know how much Octavian has to find, has to defend. Oh no, Octavian can do one more lap apparently. 16.3 seconds, and it's going down. Comrade is closing in. Has a bit of traffic. Ike is in front, but I mentioned that I think in the last stint I streamed was that all brewers together kind of, that Ike is very observant. I think that's the right word, and definitely aware around for his surroundings, and is following blue flags, so I don't think that this will be an issue. Into Degner 1, and I'm glad that I'm correct that Ike is reliable in that factor. So Octavian definitely needs to get into the pit lane this lap. If he would finish it, I think would be a 2-minute lap time. He lost a lot of time in this lap alone, more than half a second. Yeah, and that's pretty much on the verge of being above a 2-minute. Yeah. Anyway, he needs to pit, and 2 drivers in front of him are not going to get lapped this time. So no traffic for him, which is nice as well. Comrade will take on the lead and will stay in the lead until he sees the checkered flag. I think that's for sure. The only way that would change would be something out of his control or a huge mistake. He's still standing still. Still fuel is going into that car. 53, and now he goes 15, 16, 17, 18 seconds is the gap. and 18 smaller than 27 obviously, so 9-8 seconds Comrade has still to find. He, I think, has a slightly better pace than Octavian. Tire and fuel situation is pretty much equal, so it's a duel between two drivers now, and 10 laps, 50 something kilometers of a 10-hour race, and then we know if it's RC or DLL who is going to win this race. Javi is not in this battle. He's 13 seconds behind. ZenQ with an impressive drive so far in 4th position, but with the worst tires, so he will have his hands full holding on to that 4th position. Georgie, Confi, Ben, who got past Cover Joe, are all keen to take that position from him. And Georgie might be successful with that very soon. Then has to defend the inside line into Spoon and is overshooting the corner completely. He has to go the long way around, because if you rejoin too early, exactly that happened. You're in danger of losing the car. So Georgie now in 4th position, and then lost many positions, is in 7th position. Cover Joe and Hammers are really close, so it could come even worse for him. Unfortunate that he lost so many positions at once. Confi and Ben are fighting it out. Ben, with better tires, appears to be quicker at this point, but trying to overtake the Ford, that's a task. Yeah, midfield, a lot of things are going on. So we're in the SSO, we go to the front. 19 seconds, so Comrade is extending the lead, but it's still 8 seconds he has to find. It looks good for DLL, but one misjudgment, one mistake can change everything. Oh no! Confi got wide, so is Ben. And Confi got back on the racing line there and caused some chaos there. Is now in 9th position. And Ben is waiting for Confi, so I think it's safe to say that Ben misjudged the situation and pushed Confi, because Confi went in with so much speed, and pushed Confi into the gravel, and yeah, he wants to let him by. You have to feel sorry for Confi. 2 mistakes we didn't quite see and can't judge, and now this. He is losing the position to Ben and now to Hammers, and yeah, is now in P9, and that's probably it for him. It's going to be difficult being on the oldest tires to get that position back. But don't give up, Confi. Fight. You never know what happens. And maybe he gets a position or 2 back, and with that top speed he got, he managed to get 1 place back, and now in P8. Well done.
18, 19 seconds, so it stays pretty constant. Comrade is now going to lap 2 cars soon. Maybe he gets a bit lucky that he doesn't have to lap 1 car that is now in the pits. If one of the person in the chat is in contact with a driver, could they ask if one could check the weather radar if we're going to get some rain, or if it looks dry. Really difficult to judge. It's getting quite dark, and yeah, with this blue light it is not easy to judge if how the clouds are, if they are light or if they are dark. Come on, Hank. Please move out of the way. The leader is behind you and they're fighting for the overall win. Please move away. No. This is the same thing that happened in Stint 3. The same thing. That's not acceptable. What is he doing? Yeah, Comrade is flashing his light. And with every right zone now, there was more of an overtake attempt than letting someone go through. That's not okay. And Octavian gained a second by that. We're talking about a time window of a 10-hour race where 10 seconds are right now the gap between first and second place, and 1 second, 10% of that is now gifted to the team because a back marker is not doing his job properly. Yeah. I was pissed about that in the third stint, and it's a copycat of that. Very similar situation. Yeah, I agree with you there, Basti. Yeah, and Comrade is making clear what he thinks about that. I do hope that won't be repeated, regardless who the car is that gets by. Okay, let's go through the field once more. Javi, third position. Jory managed to build up quite a nice gap. And then Zen still holding on to that fifth position. Caravaggio is close. Ben is closer and nudging Caravaggio through the first chicane. Now Ben, with a very late braking maneuver, gets the position from Caravaggio. Gets a bit on the grass, but everything works out for him. So Caravaggio demoted to P7, Ben in P6, and is looking to take P5. If I'm not totally mistaken, both are Eric's drivers, so I expect a little less defending driving from Zen than you would probably usually see if it would be a different team. In the background, Confi and Hammers got side by side through Digna 2, and Confi lost out on this occasion. What is countering that momentarily? Oh, lot of wheel spin, left side, right side, left side again, and lost the position now for good, as it seems. 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. No, Cavajo. I wanted to see Ben and ZenQ. Ben now on front on the same level, but has the outside line, has to slot back in. Then not defending the inside line, leaves the door open, but they're both touching each other. Both are losing momentum, and Cavajo is the luckily third position who keeps the momentum up high and maybe regains that position. He lost a lap before. Ben very aggressive, nudging his way through. I'm not sure if this, well, it is borderline okay, I guess. So ZenQ now in 6th position, Cavajo behind. We're going to P1 and P2. We have Octavian, who has left someone. I'm just looking who it was. It was Ike, yep. And here's Hank. And Plexus. Also Schroeder. So Comrade got past those two. And apparently lost a bit of time. 16.6, so Comrade lost around a second negotiating 2 cars. Yeah, a second is a lot again. On the other hand, 2 cars. Maybe it was difficult to judge without seeing it. Definitely no, we won, so a driver shouldn't lose any time, ideally, with dealing that traffic. Octavian has to negotiate this traffic as well. Then 5 seconds to Georgie. Will be really difficult with similar tire wear to close so much time. Essentially a second per lap, more than a second per lap is needed from Ben. Zen and Cavajo fighting for 6th position. Zen is holding on for his dear life and successfully defends the position into turn 1. Runs a bit wide for the second part of the corner, but stays ahead, defends well. And Confi, that's really unfortunate for him. P9, I think, was involved in 3 or 4 incidents. Nothing going on with the back markers here, so we can focus on these guys for the moment, and then with the battle in the midfield. Octavian 16 seconds. Seven more minutes. He has to negotiate, I think, at least 1 back marker, maybe 2 more. Time is running out for Comrade, it seems, but Octavian has to deliver until the last lap, until he sees the checkered flag, to be sure. Ben, who's indeed doing a great race. 5th position, closing in, but not enough. And ZenQ is defending brilliantly. Cavajo strangely not getting into the slipstream here. Five more minutes.
Zen is doing a good job, so I'm looking to the front. Octavian with a good lap. We're fighting in the background. I thought for a moment that Comet was involved there, but he was in the foreground of the picture. 15, so 27 seconds is the advantage, so DLL is 12 seconds ahead as it stands. But we have 4 more minutes to drive. And it's not over until it's over. Joe. Still in that 7th position, not getting by ZenQ. Again, using a wide line here and completely staying out of the slipstream. And those two are closing in on Ben. 3 more minutes, and Octavian is doing good, but he's closing in on V11. He should be aware of the gaps, he should be aware that he can use some time to get by, and he should definitely be aware that he must not use, try to get by the other car by force. 2 more laps. Fuel looks good on both drivers. No fuel saving necessary. No running out of fuel. Ben is only 1 second ahead now of Zen. Zen 1 second in front, 1.5 behind. It could go either way for him. Maybe he stays where he is, maybe he gains a position, or even losing a position is possible. Someone is spinning, it's Confi, oh no! Please keep in mind that your tires are way too hot, you won't have any grip. Not sure what happened there, we only saw the end of that, but Confi can't be happy with how the stint turned out for him. He looked not too bad for a P4 finish. If you look at Zen, he is 5 seconds away from P4, and Confi was ahead of Zen before that mistake happened. So, yeah, I'm not sure what went wrong there, but it definitely went wrong quite a bit. Comrade is in lap 60, this is the very last lap, and Octavian has dealt with the back marker. Also in his last lap, it's 11 seconds to play with for DLL. It's looking good, but he has to keep it on the black stuff. He must not do any mistake. The pressure, it's like a penalty in football. You know it's easy, all you do is to have to go basically, but then the nerves kick in. He must not do any mistakes. Keep on this battle until they reach turn 1 and 2, and then we go back to Octavian and Comrade's battle, which is ultimately the battle for the overall victory of this race. Georgie, P4, Ben in P5, Zenq holds on to P6, Joe in P7, Hammers, and we have Confi. Let's wait for Confi as well. Over the line, and now to Comrade. A strong race without any noteworthy mistakes, and a strong result, almost 17 seconds ahead. Congratulations to the win of Stint 5. But now Octavian only needs to negotiate one more corner, this acceleration zone, and with around 17 seconds behind him, DLL wins the 10 hours of the Suzuka by 10 seconds over RC. 10 seconds between those two. Wow. Javi with a strong result in P3. Well done to all, and well done to you, Noshul, for a very unsportsmanlike behavior once more. Honestly. That's all you have to say? Really. That's really disappointing. You could see that lapping was an issue all over. I'm complaining it every time, and that's what you have to say. That's what you have to say, that you lose a second, 1.5 by lapping 2 cars that are Don cars. That's all you have to say. Well done. Very sportsmanlike from you. Well done. And that you overtake off track, that you, well, take advantage off track, then block, that's completely fine. So, I really do have enough right now. I really do have enough right now. Saving the replay. Here you have the standings: Comrade, Octavian, Javi, Georgie, Ben, Zenq, Kava Joe, Jammer, Hammer. Second page: Confi, Plexus, Hank, Ike, and Schroeder. So, replay is saved. Well done. I'm out, and see you again for Daytona.